Everyone is going to start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
It finally took place, and fans watched a moment they thought would never arrive as two eras of boxing stood in one room face to face. On one side was Floyd "Money" Mayweather, the unbeaten legend, the creator of flawless skill, the fighter who turned the sport into a billion-dollar force. Across from him was Terence "Bud" Crawford, the modern force who rose through weight classes, beat Canelo Alvarez, and pushed the meaning of greatness for this time. No stage call-outs, no dream talk, only real pressure. Mayweather and Crawford eye to eye. This was not a normal meet-up. It felt like a shock to the sport as the past and the present locked in, knowing that whoever stepped away from this moment would shift boxing forever.
Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah, nah.
To understand how this moment even became possible, you have to look back. For more than 10 years, Floyd Mayweather controlled boxing with unmatched dominance and a perfect record. 50 wins and no defeats. He outclassed Canelo, outworked Pacquiao, and outperformed the entire sport. He walked away at the peak, leaving behind a legacy many believed no fighter could ever reach, with his mix of skill, intelligence, and star power.
You know, I didn't have to have 70 fights, or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that
the greatest of all time.
But then Terence Crawford arrived, and he became exactly what boxing needed after Mayweather left. He was skilled, disciplined, and driven. He cleared the welterweight division, and he defeated champions in several weight classes. Yet the moment he moved up to fight Canelo Alvarez, everything shifted and the entire sport started seeing him in a new light.
You know, you said something about what fighters go through, and you've seen enough guys that the game is taken from. It's a hard game to get through. Can you get a better ending than tonight? I mean, really?
Not at all. Not at all. This is the top of the top, you know. Canelo is, you know, an all-time great. Like I said before, he's the last one.
He was the A side of the age.
There's no more Canelos, you know. So, there's no more. So, you know, when you look around, you say, I'm the Canelo. You know, I'm the face of boxing now, and I'm the best pound for pound fighter in the world, like I always been. You know, just gotta wait and see.
People said he was too small and that the size gap would break him, but Crawford not only handled it, he took full control. He did not just beat Canelo, he took him apart step by step. By doing that, he achieved something few expected. He made the boxing world wonder if Floyd Mayweather still held the title of greatest of this era.
Terence Crawford had the ability to fight backwards and stay composed, good defense, hands was always up, countering everything that Canelo was throwing at him. He was just a little more active fight. Canelo did hit him to the body, but it was pretty much all Terence Crawford.
I think some of what we saw from Canelo is what he's has to resort to now to fight. Maybe he's dealt with some injuries to where he's not as mobile. It's just the pattern that he's put himself in for the last, 6 to 8 fights. That same pattern is why Bivol was able to get him.
He did not allow Canelo to get inside, man. As soon as Canelo would get into that certain range, you would jab him. We didn't see any like lateral moves where he would throw, push off to the side, as we used to see Canelo Alvarez.
Canelo was almost smothering his shot because he couldn't stay at range with him. And Terence Crawford runs off counter combinations. It would be a wider margin if they fought again.
Then came the line that sparked everything. Canelo Alvarez, the only man who faced both Mayweather and Crawford, said openly that Crawford was the better fighter.
And lastly for me, champ, in the world of comparisons that we live in right now, if you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
That single line shook the entire sport because for years Floyd built his name on one claim, easy work, and Canelo was one of the fighters he called easy work.
And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth about Canelo. Easy, man. Cakewalk. Easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude. This dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude. Easy.
Canelo changed the story and gave Crawford that title. Something shifted in Floyd. The man who once felt untouchable suddenly had a new name standing beside his, and people started bringing up Crawford in talks that used to be only about him. When your whole image is being the best ever, that kind of talk gets to you. So Floyd began acting differently. He started hinting in interviews that there was unfinished business. He suggested he was not done, that he had one more real fight left in him, not another light exhibition in Japan, and not another influencer event, but an actual fight.
Any chance that you would take a professional bout in the future after Mike, or is that off the table?
Let's own it. Let's own it. It's been talks. It's been talks. It's possible.
Okay, so not totally against that possibility.
No, not at all. Not at all. But we just don't know.
Any chance you would take a real pro fight after Mike, or is that no longer an option? That is something people have talked about, and it is possible. I am not against it at all, we just do not know yet.
With your legacy to Floyd Mayweather, how do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
You talk the talk and you sure walk the walk. Your confidence and aura is on another level. Could we see a run as a light heavyweight?
Nah, we ain't going out that much.
Now,
the name leading that list was the same fighter who beat Canelo, Terence "Bud" Crawford. For Floyd, this was no longer about the payday. It was about legacy, about pride, about taking control of the story before someone else wrote it for him.
If you could have fought any fighter, any era, who would you have picked that you would have liked to fight the most?
Floyd Mayweather.
I love it. Why?
Huh?
You want to knock him out?
Well, I would love for him. I wish he was my weight.
All right, interesting answer.
He's very delusional. He can't listen. If he was anywhere near that realm of great knowledge, he'd be able to take his kids to school by himself. He can't take his kid to school by himself. And he's talking about he's great. Greatness is not guarding yourself from the people. Greatness is being accepted by the people. He's a little scared man. He's a very small, scared man.
And that's why the Dawn face-off felt so intense, because when Floyd stood on that stage with Crawford, it wasn't just for show, it was personal. But before the world sees Crawford versus Mayweather, there's another challenge Floyd has to face. Next April, he is set to step into the ring with Mike Tyson in an exhibition that has the entire fight world talking.
How do you feel about Floyd, though?
Huh?
How do you feel about Floyd?
Awesome fighter, great fighter. You know, he's a little too into himself. You know, he should be. I was the same way too, but you have to come to reality some way. You have to bring your head down to God. We're nothing to be fucking arrogant. You expect us to be ignorant and arrogant. Look where we came from.
That's why I asked the question earlier about you mentoring fighters, because I feel like Floyd looked at you growing up like every other fighter. And the persona and the lifestyle was like, growing up in the hood, we looked at it like, that's Mike Tyson. We see the cars, the jewelry, the flair. Like you was a movie star. You was a hero.
I didn't see that.
Two fighters who shaped their eras. One famous for skill and defense, the other for pure power. Over the years, Tyson has been brutally honest. He doesn't hold back about Floyd. He's called him arrogant, criticized his style, and said plainly that if they ever met in the ring, he would go for serious damage.
Fight that fans will watch for sure is you and Mike Tyson.
Yes.
How's training going, Floyd? Talk to me all about this as you get ready to get back in that boxing ring once again.
Well, not really training right now.
Not yet.
You know, the fight is in 2026. We still, ironing out everything, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be exciting for the people and the fans.
Are you going in there to put Mike down and like, hey, this is not, we're gonna have fun, we're gonna throw a few punches, like I'm taking this seriously and I'm trying to Mike Tyson?
I don't know. I just want to get the fans what they want to see, excitement. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna be an exciting event.
And now he finally gets that chance. For Floyd, the fight with Tyson isn't just about money. It's a test to show that he can still step into the ring and be the same unstoppable Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather, Mike Tyson exhibition fight.
Oh, man, hey, like I said, Mike don't like Floyd.
Appreciate it, man. Mike don't what?
He don't like Floyd. He always talk bad about Floyd.
Who the face of boxing, coach? Who the face of boxing today?
Who the face of boxing? Yeah. Y'all know what it is, though.
Floyd defeats Tyson decisively. The story changes. It becomes a tale of redemption, proving Floyd still has what it takes. But if Tyson lands that one powerful punch and humiliates him, the dream ends. No one will be interested in a 50-year-old Mayweather fighting Crawford after getting knocked around by a legend twice his size. In a twist of fate, Mike Tyson from a different era becomes the gatekeeper to the Mayweather versus Crawford matchup.
Yo, yeah, so if he was pound for pound, Floyd was pound for pound. You or Floyd, who would have done that? Who would have won that?
Me.
Oh, shit, okay, I'm just asking. Because Floyd was pound for pound before.
That would have been a hard fucking fight, though.
Man, me versus anybody, I'm going to always say me.
Okay.
Come on now.
But why Crawford? Why put everything on the line for a fight that doesn't improve his record? Because for Crawford, this is bigger than a fight. This is history. Defeating Floyd Mayweather would mean achieving something no one else in boxing has ever done, handing him his first professional loss.
Have you thought about going for 51-0, beat Mayweather's record with 50-0? Is that something that you thought about?
I already said I was never gonna beat Mayweather record. That's not something that I wanted to do.
Okay.
To be honest, I was gonna retire if I didn't get this Errol Spence fight.
It's the ultimate statement. One win that could place Crawford above every greatest of all time list. But it's also the riskiest fight of his career because a loss would overshadow everything. Losing to a 50-year-old Mayweather, no matter the circumstances, would erase the momentum he's built since beating Canelo. It's a double-edged sword, high risk, high reward.
We've had a lot of comparisons between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. We've even had the conversation to go as far as who would win in a fight between Terence and Floyd. And I truly don't know the answer to that question.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah. Who will win that fight?
Floyd.
Floyd will win that
Yes,
fight.
sir. I love you, Terence.
Always figures it out.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's
a chess master.
Yeah, his IQ in
But
that
the funny
sense is
thing
crazy.
about it is Terence has been the only other guy that people can say he always figures it out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's true.
But you gotta have an OG somewhere.
Anybody else? Yeah.
There's an OG
Somebody got
somewhere
a pioneer, right? Yeah, you got it.
There's an OG you can't outfigure out somewhere. And I just believe Floyd is that OG you can't outfigure out.
And still Crawford picked Floyd because he understands the stakes. He knows that no matter how many belts he collects or legends he defeats, the only way to secure true immortality in boxing is to be the first to beat Floyd Money Mayweather. That's not just building a legacy, that's becoming immortal.
Just feel that Jaron Ennis against Terence Crawford is the fight. And that can be at 54, it can be at 60. You know, obviously we've got Lima to take care of first, but that for me is one of the great, crossover fights, because Boots is the changing of the guard guy. And Crawford's the guy that's been there and done it all and just proved, that he's still very much in his prime.
Of course, Crawford had other choices. There were big fights available that could have kept him active, profitable, and respected without the risk of facing Mayweather. The first of those names was Jaron Boots Ennis.
Now you got Boots Ennis in your weight class.
Definitely.
What do you think about him?
Oh, he's very, very talented. He's unproven, but he's very talented.
Yeah.
The eye test tells it all. He's got the it, but we haven't seen him against any elite fighter. We've never seen him tested. So until then, we just going to keep saying, oh, Boots, 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 until he meet that fighter that's going to test him.
Is that a fight that you would be interested in?
Nah, it just don't make sense right now in my career. Like I said, especially money-wise, don't nobody really know Boots, but I'm looking for bigger and better challenges like Canelo.
You're just looking for the big ones.
Yeah.
The big fish.
Yeah.
Fish fry.
That definitely. Definitely. Them the guys I'm looking for,
Boots is a young, dynamic fighter who has been challenging Crawford for years. He represents the new generation, quick, strong, skilled, and eager. The type of fighter that keeps even the best legends on their toes.
We don't have anything to talk about. We can talk about Boots. We can talk about a fight between Boots and Bud. I'm on record for saying that fight never happens. I still don't think it ever happens. But there should be something else that we could say about Boots outside of moving up to 154 pounds.
True.
So he got to get busy. And we in September, we looking at one more fight this year from him.
Yeah.
And we should have got 3 fights from Boots this year.
Boots? Mm-hmm. Is it Boots' fault or is this representation?
It's never the fighter's fault. It's never the
fighter
fighter's
wants
fault.
to fight. Yeah, for sure.
In fact, many pros, including retired champions, have been urging Crawford to face Boots and pass the torch.
Would you consider going back down to 154
and face Jaron Ennis, the guy who prepared Canelo Alvarez for this fight?
Nope. I ain't going down 154.
Crawford never showed interest. Not because he was afraid, far from it, but because in his view fighting boots, Ennis wouldn't add anything to his legacy.
No, he don't bring nothing to the table. He got our leftovers. Why would Bud want to go backwards? Why would we want to go backwards? Bud looking for bigger and better fights. So where he can etch his name in the concrete forever. I don't know, because I really don't look at none of the welterweights since we did clear the division out. I'm done.
It's a lose-lose with Boots. If Crawford wins, people say, he only beat a young and proven fighter. If he loses, his legacy takes a huge hit. Fighting Floyd is different. That's a risk worth taking because a win means he becomes the man who ended perfection. It's about defining his legacy, not earning a paycheck. Boots doesn't offer that, which is why Bud won't take that route.
I want all the smoke. I want smoke with Crawford. I want all the smoke. Give me the best. I'm in shape. I train. My lifestyle is on the move. Everything is great. So why the fuck would I want the best, man? What y'all talking about, dog? I don't got time to be playing with none of these people with these promotionals and all of these. I'm with the old school boxing. If they gave me an offer for Crawford, and me and Crawford, I talked to him one time. I'm excited. I'm so. It'll be an honor to get in the ring with him, not just today, just because of what he done as becoming undisputed. He completed something that I didn't complete, and so being in the ring with Crawford would be amazing. I give him the best fight of today's era. I don't think that there's no other fight out there in the boxing world for Crawford to make right now. The best fight really would be me. The best fight with Boots is me. The best fight with Crawford is me.
Other name in the mix was Jermall Charlo. Charlo has been after Crawford for months, calling him out and pushing for the fight.
If you got Jamel, would you say I'm done after that?
Of course, 100%.
What's the thing about Jamel? Oh, I feel like you don't like Jamel. And if
I don't.
You got respect for the Earl. So if you did Earl like that, god dang.
I don't like Jamel for the simple fact that I feel he's a fake individual. I feel Earl is real. I feel he's genuine. I feel like he stand on 10 toes on everything that he say or do. I feel like Jamel is just one of those guys that do a lot for attention. I was cool with Jamel and Jamal and their older brother prior to me moving up in weight. I got messages with he hit me up asking me he gonna pull up in Omaha, and we talking about cars, we talking about all different type of stuff. Once I moved up in the division, and I understand that they stable mates. He trained with Arrow Coach, and they've been knowing each other for a long time. For him to start bashing me and talking bad about me and saying I'm gonna get knocked out, and going out his way to say little slick shit about me, I was just like, man, that's some hoe shit.
But here's the issue. The fight doesn't make sense. Canelo Alvarez already beat Charlo and Floyd Mayweather beat Canelo. So logically, if Crawford already defeated Canelo, fighting Charlo doesn't prove anything. It's like facing someone he's already beaten indirectly.
It's wild, because if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, I didn't, but then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time. Oh, yes. That makes a difference to people.
And that's what makes this whole scenario so compelling. It's not about belts or titles. It's about eras and who really stands at the top when you take everything else away.